Yeah, I mean, look, it's incredibly special. I'm so happy, sharing it with everybody who's here. Um, Severin also flew in just for tonight. I didn't know he was coming, so that was a special surprise as well. And yeah, like I mentioned it earlier, I didn't think I was ever going to come back here. So even the more great it is for me to achieve this. I go back memory lane and I think back on how I missed the first ever opportunity I had in Montreal against Roddick, and then was able to get it in January in the semi-final match against Ferrero. Uh, those were significant moments in my career, and not very often you do actually play a match for world number one. Sometimes it happens because another guy loses. Sometimes it happens because a tournament title is connected to it. Last time when I got to world number one, I was on vacation because of the calendar, the way it worked out. I won Wimbledon, and then it happened like a week later. So that was odd, but nice as well in some ways. So to win a particular match and then get it is actually very cool, because you can really celebrate it. You can talk about it, and this one, because I'm a little bit older, is a little bit more special maybe, because there's just so much that has to go into it. So much has to be right for it to work out, and it did. So it's I guess a very deep satisfaction I get right now.
You said earlier in the week you need goals to be successful. Well, you've obviously achieved this goal.
Mm-hmm.
What goals now will you set yourself for the rest of the year? I mean, what about end of year number one, which would also then equal another record, I think?
No, I think that's just going to happen or not going to happen. I don't think I can make that a priority. I actually haven't thought about it ever. So this is just coming like out of left field. I'm like, oh, what? Like world number one? It's too far. It's too deep. Obviously, I've had a great start, but again, I think to finish world number one, you need a lot. So like I needed a lot to get to world number one now this week, and I just. I don't know what the goal is. Is it right now? It's to try to win this tournament, I guess. After that, it would be great to maybe get to 100 titles. That would be super special. But again, I think all these things are just going to happen by me enjoying myself, staying healthy, and staying on the tour for longer. And I think because I'm playing less events overall, not nearly as many as I did, especially when I was younger, and a bit less than a few years ago, I can really take as almost every tournament I play as somewhat of a priority. So I think it goes without saying, the tournaments that I will show up, I will always be at 100% and ready to hopefully do my absolute best. So and then things naturally maybe going to get connected because of my age. Maybe people haven't done this before, but it's secondary, to be honest. I just hope I defend my Wimbledon title and Sunshine Double. I'm just going to try to defend what I did last year, which is already plenty. So it's going to be a lot for already to play for.
Congratulations for your win and the achievement. I know it may not make too much of a sense, but if you had to rank this achievement in the list of your achievements, how would you do it?
No, it makes a lot of sense, your question. So well done. Honestly, very high. I don't know how high per se, but it's really big for me. I just think because of the gap that I've had since my last time being world number one, since the very first time I got to world number one, and since my injury as well. When you come back from injury and you do well, it's double as nice. And also, like I said on court, I think getting to world number one at my stage, at my age, it's just a lot that goes into it. I don't want to say you have to put in double the work, but you need to get lucky. You need to work well and work right. You need to have a good philosophy with your team members. So the satisfaction, like I said, is incredible right now. Just very happy and very proud of this accomplishment, because it didn't just come overnight. I had to win almost 3 slams, to be honest, and many Masters 1000s and other tournaments, and stay basically injury free as well. You know, take tough decisions along the way. So this one feels very different than my very first one, naturally, and I think I can appreciate it way more than the very first time I got to world number one. World number one the first time around just came as a confirmation that I was maybe the best player in the world at that very time. But this one, you know, it's just pretty crazy, to be honest. It's a very high, yeah.
Can you pinpoint the moment, presumably last year, when you becoming world number one again crossed your mind for the first time, like it might be possible?
Possibly after Wimbledon, but I don't remember. You know, naturally, I always knew that if I wanted to get back to world number one, I needed 2 slams. But that was not something I could aim for. You would think I was crazy if I told you, yeah, I'm going to get world number one, I need to win 2 slams and 5 other titles. It's not really doable. So that was the same mindset I had. And like I told you guys, 1 slam would have been plenty for me to achieve after my knee injury. So so having then won the second one in due course of 6 months with the Australian Open, I figured like, well, if I keep on playing well and having won the Sunshine Double, there is a chance actually. But then I was close in Montreal, and then things derailed with my back problems. I couldn't be at 100% for the US Open. I couldn't play Cincinnati. I would have loved to see how that would have played out, but I stayed close by winning Shanghai and making the semis of the World Tour Finals and winning Basel. And then but I had to win Australian Open again to get close. So I think it sort of evaporated once Rafa was so incredibly close after his good Asian run. And that's when I thought, okay, I guess I sort of had a chance, but never really, because I wasn't fully fit, when it mattered. And when you play so as little as I do, maybe that was the last chance. And honestly, again, I didn't think I was going to win the Australian Open. So after that moment, I never really thought about it again that much.
Roger, yesterday you said that maybe if you had lost the first set to Coach Schreiber with your back against the wall, you may find better solutions, clear your mind. Is that what happened today?
I think so. I definitely also maybe profited a little bit that Robin wasn't feeling 100%, or he's been under the pump for the whole week and not healthy. But I reminded myself that if you want to win indoors and if you want to get to world number one, you better play aggressive and not just making shots. And in the beginning, my decision with Ivan and Severino, the whole team decided I should get into the match not overplaying, let Robin beat me rather than me beating myself, maybe, because yesterday I struggled to pull off winners and pull the trigger. To be honest, that was difficult for me yesterday. So I just said, look, I'll go into the match calmly. Problem was, I didn't have a best serving day today, so naturally I got under pressure, and Robin honestly was feeling it. He was rocking, so it was tough. And then in the second set, I told myself, if I want to win this match, I better play up in the court and start playing forward and up. And got off a good start there. Also a third set, and then obviously once up a break, things get complicated for Robin. His legs start to go, and I was able to take advantage of it, and actually I could enjoy the end of the match quite a lot, so which was also very nice.
Many congrats.
Thank you.
Kato, you showed some emotions after the match, talking about your children and your life.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take us through that?
Yes, the goal was not to cry. I did that. Forgot to thank my parents, for whom without them nothing would be possible. So it was a nice moment for me to be able to thank so many people. Midway through a tournament in some ways, but for an amazing achievement for me and my fans and and everybody, my country potentially. So it's a great moment, and there's so many people that put in a lot of time and effort, and they never speak to the press and never get in front of the mic because they feel like I should be that guy, and that's why you guys are sitting here and they're somewhere else drinking champagne. So it's nice to be able to have the power of the microphone and the stage, and such a beautiful moment to actually thank everybody. So it was emotional and it was nice, and look, it's a big deal for me and for us. So I really enjoyed it. Of course I did.
Will you take this box with you to Switzerland?
Yeah, I hope I can keep it, so I'll take it home. Yes.
Couple more English in the back, please. Roger, how did you know in advance that you have such a strong fan base here in the Netherlands, and how do you feel about the reception of the crowd?
What did I expect? I mean, I was hoping they would be excited that I would show up. You know, to be honest, I hope that. I was hoping that tickets would sell, you know, nicely for the tournament, and that the tournament's happy with their investment of getting me. You know, to be honest, you know, you always want it to be a win-win situation for everybody and everybody involved, and I think that's why, for me, seeing Richard as well there tonight and seeing him beaming and so happy that we could celebrate this together. As a tournament director, he has to be very careful. It doesn't show too much happiness for me because there is other players around too. But I think they understand because this is, I guess, history, you know, right now. So. No, that made me really happy when I arrived and he said, "Oh my God, you know, like tickets are selling like crazy. Your matches are all sold out," and I was just very happy to see that. I also remember having great receptions here way back when I played in Arnhem, or I played in Amsterdam as well, or obviously Rosmalen, or here in Rotterdam. It's always been great for me, and. You know, I guess it helps when you play for so long. Even the Dutch fans get to know you more and more because they've maybe read about you or seen interviews. And, you know, I feel connected to this tournament. I think the fans know that ever since I showed up here in '99 as a junior still. So, no, I can't thank them enough for making this night tonight incredibly special.
Last English? Yeah.
Me again?
Yes.
Do you think this tonight may distract you from semi-finals and, you know, reaching for the title?
I can answer that question tomorrow. I hope not. It may not, because like you said, it could distract me. I did come here to number one, first get to number one, number two, trying to win the tournament. So clearly you got to recalibrate. Thankfully, I'm playing late tomorrow night, so I have time. Not so much time tonight, but I have all day tomorrow where I can, you know, get into the next match. And then at the same time, I believe as much as it could distract, it could also just like free me now and just go like, all right, here we go, the tournament starts now. We can lay all the pressure on the side, and this is where I'm going to start to play my best tennis, maybe, who knows. So anything's possible from this point forward. I'm not sure myself.